Probably the most unbelievable part of this episode is that Junho follows the van this closely on deserted roads and isn't considered suspicious by the van driver. And that's all I can really say about that because my phone has auto don't ruin the plot correct. Character checks to see if their gun accidentally unloaded itself, not because they really need to, but because the audience needs to know they have a gun cliché. Sure, because sliding beneath a van and dragging yourself along a road is super easy to do. Wait, did you hear that? Yeah, that's the Sins BAM. Squid Game uses red text and includes the same BAM we use in our intros, and now I can only assume that the show is taunting us as a way to make sure we sin them. So just remember that anything you don't like about this video is really the creator's fault. We're just doing their bidding at this point. There are literally drivers in every vehicle and guards posted for this very reason, and no one sees this. So, Red Suit Guy scans the passengers in the van that he has been driving without giving a second thought to the reality of having an additional person in the back. We're not even 5 minutes in and we're already dealing with the golden corral of convenient obliviousness buffets. None of the highly trained individuals on this ship notice one van violently shaking back and forth. I should probably just stop mentioning all the ways people in this show seem to miss the obvious. Here's 5,000 Sinwon for any more instances. Jung-ho changed this guy's clothes, then goes the extra mile to tuck his shirt into his pants and buckle his belt before chucking him off the boat? Just chuck him off the boat and stop wasting time. Murder. And yes, I know there's a lot of that on this show, but I think he's supposed to be one of the good guys. For a well-funded, well-guarded death festival, this place sure does have lax security. You know these people are coming back and you can't invest in a few metal detectors? This very obvious heartbeat in the neck.
A lot of people decided to come back.
So, there you go. 187 of the 201 people decided to come back to Murder Game Central. Because when a large group of people see 56% of their companions get executed right in front of their eyes, 93% of them are like, yeah, let's go back to that place.
Think she named her kid yet?
Why would anyone name their kid yet?
You're right. Who knows what game they'll have us play next?
Yeah, it's not like they're gonna paint it on the walls for you.
Come on, let me join you guys.
Jeez, we're spending the first 15 minutes of this episode on what? Teammate selection? Just get to the squid gaming already and satiate our desire for violence and hypocritical need to sin you for it.
How about it? Plenty of empty beds.
Emptying stubborn ketchup bottles on empty beds.
Keep an eye on the ones who didn't return to play. And keep me posted.
Me too? Can I be kept posted too? That sounds like a really interesting idea. And now that you've drawn attention to it, I'm sure the show will explore it more this season. This may look efficient to you, but after 409 gets his food, he crosses in front of 417, which stops the flow of traffic. This is not efficient.
I wish the rice was piping hot.
That's racist.
And for girls, there's kongi, elastics, cat's cradle.
Whoa there, buddy. How dare you gender cat's cradle? I'll pinky pull your tractor face so fast. You can't even handle my string theory, son. This flapping gum noodle. You may be wondering how anyone would be suspicious of Junho in his mask costume, but some people are observant enough to notice that their neighbor is shorter, fatter, or using a different dominant hand. All things that could really blow Junho's cover. You know, aside from having no clue about the pink suit's patterns of walking and movement.
Hey! Open the door, you jerks! I have to pee really bad, right now!
This sin is for having to watch player 212 scratch the door like a cat in heat for 60 seconds so she can have a f***ing potty break. Also, how do they not have a bathroom open at night in the common area? For the love of prostates, are none of the players over 40?
I think I'll go pee right here and now! Here I go! You all ready to hear some rain?
Your intimidation tactics. Of all the contraband to slip into the game, this is what you choose to stuff in a container and pop into your crotch pocket? Why not a taser? Or a knife? Or don't go back and smoke whenever you want.
Are you going to go in there?
I want to see what's up there.
How are these two not being supervised? Setting aside that the powers that be could certainly find a female guard, it's not exactly like this place is heavy on the privacy protocol. Hey guys, make sure you clear the slaughtered bodies from the floor and incinerate them. Oh, and strip change all the players while they're unconscious, but don't you dare be in the same room as a woman while she pees. We might get sued. Perpetuating the lie that an air duct will support a human's body weight.
This hurts a lot! It's like trying to push out a kid! I'm dying!
Honest question, is she trying to keep the guard out or get them in here to check on her? Because going this far over the top seems like the latter is the more likely option. I mean this in the nicest way possible, but if 212 doesn't die in this episode, I can't keep watching. I just can't.
The island, abductions, surveillance, and the masks.
Oh, things also included in the show Lost.
Please wake up and prepare for your duties.
Kind wake-up notifications. If you want me out of my warmth cocoon, you're gonna have to treat me like the lazy no-good-Nick I truly am. Say something like, either get up or I'll strip your blanket off and squirt you with this water gun while farting in your face. You know, like a good mom would.
Are you saying they were melting sugar in there?
I think they were.
I know this clue obviously leads someone to figure out the next game, but why would you think this was anything more than some sort of jello or something they were making for the next meal? Why is everyone so sure this is a game clue? When if I'd spotted it, I'd been like, damn it, I found the kitchen, but where's the game closet?
Any chocolate milk? I can't drink the normal kind.
Asking your death camp counselor for special treatment. Also explaining your digestive history to a stranger.
As a kid, I'm willing to bet you got spanked a lot.
How did you know?
Spanking your children for being lactose intolerant. In other words, parents.
All the games they've made us play in here are games that I've known since I was a young boy.
And by all the games, do you mean the single game you've played? Your theory is fine, but why would you say it this way? Unless it's a mistranslation of the dub, in which case I'm more than happy to assign this sin to that nonsense instead. You know, as a dubstep of precaution.
Where the hell's this playground so huge?
I think it's meant to be a clever way to make you feel like a kid again, but I'm pretty sure they overshot it by about 15% because honestly, you'd have to be an infant to be that much smaller than the slide. We can all agree on that, right? No? Fine, I'll do the math. That slide appears to be a little over 3 times as tall as these guys, and the average male height is about 5'9", so that slide would be right around 17 feet 3 inches tall. The average 7-year-old height is around 4 feet, and the tallest playground slides are about 10 feet, or about 2.5 the size of the average 7-year-old, which means this slide should be 2.5 times higher than the average 5'9" guy, or around 14.4, which is about 35 inches shorter than this slide, and 35 inches over 17.3, which is 207 inches, means that this slide should be 16.9% shorter than it currently is. Boom! Math! So, here's a Sinwan for the playground equipment being too large, a Sinwan for math in general, a Sinwan for not believing me, and a Sinwan for all the time you wasted making me do this.
Once you've chosen your shape, please stand in front of it.
Does he mean those?
The shapes? Yes. Yes, that is what she meant.
Should we play this together?
That could be dangerous.
I know we're setting up Song-woo to be a selfish asshole in this thing, but what advantage does he get by sending his friends and teammates to more difficult shapes? On pure self-interest alone, doesn't it make the most sense for him to keep them around at this point? He doesn't even have to let them know he knows what the game is. He can simply answer this question with a, sure, let's all be on the same team, and then lead them to the triangle or circle for some made-up reason. Maybe like he's a fan of the Netflix reality show The Circle or something. Synergy, Song-woo. It's called Synergy.
Second game is Sugar Honeycomb.
Sugar Honeycombs is not a game. Sugar Honeycombs is a breakfast cereal. America! Where did all these extra crumbles come from?
Wait. One more chance.
How nice that the first player who breaks their honeycomb shape just happens to be on the slide and in perfect position to take a dramatic tumble down it. What a cinematic stroke of good fortune. Also, we've now entered the multiple point-blank gun murder portion of the episode. Look, I like this show, but sometimes I don't like that I like this show. I suppose cheating by using your vagina lighter is its own sin, but the bigger sin is, how do people keep getting away with this stuff when there are guards everywhere?
Number 29.
Wait, is he scanning the suit? We know Jun-ho hasn't had a chip installed, so are the chips in the suit? That's a terrible idea. You know, some of these discount minions are getting freaky at night and accidentally swapping suits. I hear those triangle faces are into all sorts of nasty shenanigans.
Right. I can melt it from the back. The outline is thinner, so it'll melt first.
Yes, I know. You literally just showed us that through the actions of the character. You know, like you were supposed to. And then you ruined it by not trusting your audience enough and over-expositioning us. We're dumb, just not quite that dumb. Taking this long to discover the joys of Cookie Lingus. Well, I wanted to sin all this close-up licking, so I wondered if there was a word that better described close-up of licking, so I f***ing Googled close-up of licking. Damn it. Is this show seriously saying that this tiny needle somehow penetrated that mask and with enough pinpoint accurate placement that it's actually in the guard's eye? This needle is barely even in the mask, and that mask is an inch away from his eyes, at least. This needle is an inch away from barely scratching this guard's cheek at best, and I can't believe the show went with needle attack for the guard takedown over just tackling him and grabbing the gun.
What kind of sick game was that?
What sort of question is this? You're literally playing a game designed to kill people. Once again, even though I said I'd stop bringing it up, I can't help but say, no one sees this?
Hey kids, you wouldn't happen to have a cup of warm water, would you?
If you want my mercy, shove that hole in the middle of your face and listen.
think I'll go pee right here and now!
If anyone's gonna piss on him, it's gonna be me!
In prison, dinner was always a big thing. We had a pasta course, and then we had a meat or a fish.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
The mucus is coating the intestinal wall. Spasm! Spasm!
Number 29.
Player 72, pass.
Sir?
What's your duty today?
It's my duty to please that booty.